Hi there, I'm Jay Eker, Doctor of Chiropractic and Director here at the Network Life Center in Louisville, Colorado. And over the last couple of weeks, we've been doing a video series on pain. And so far, we've talked about how pain is really the solution, or the solution can be found in the pain. Pain has a few different components. There are physical, mental, and emotional components to it. And we've also talked about what pain really is. It's really just sequestered energy, and there are two reasons that that sequestered energy starts to come to the surface. Another good question to ask is, how are we relating to pain? The answer to that question generally decides whether pain is something that becomes that's sucking the life out of us, or something that becomes fuel for our healing. So in general, the way that we tend to relate to pain is to avoid it. And if we want pain to become fuel for our healing, we've got to relate to it differently. And that's no small task, because there's a lot of momentum in the direction of avoiding pain. First of all, our primitive brain, or our reptilian brain, our back brain here, that part of our brain is really just, it's wired to avoid pain. Second of all, the avoidance of pain is something that's been reinforced over and over and over again to us by the people in our lives throughout our lives. And thirdly, the avoidance of pain is something that's supported by the majority of the healthcare world. So anywhere you go for help with pain, they're generally going to give you some version of avoiding pain. And so if we want to make pain fuel for our healing, we've got to relate to it differently. And that really means going towards the pain. So how do we go towards the pain? So what we need to do is we need to bring our attention to it. We need to notice it, and we need to do that with more specificity than we're used to doing. So we need to notice exactly where the pain is. What part of your body is it in? Does it have boundaries? Are the boundaries clear, or are they fuzzy? Are they concentrated, or are they radiating? We can notice the quality of it. Does it have shape? Does it have volume, or is it flat? Does it have some texture? Is it like heavy like brick and solid like brick, or is it like chocolate pudding? It also might have some color if we bring our attention to it. We could also notice if there's any movement. Is it vibrating, or oscillating, or stabbing, or stretching, or is it collapsing, or is it expanding? Is it like pressure? So these are all different aspects of the pain that we can notice more closely. And when we do that, we might notice something changing. We might notice that the pain moves. We might notice that it gets better, or we might actually notice that it increases in intensity. We might notice that it flickers on and off. We might notice that emotion comes to the surface. We might feel ourselves being sad or angry, or there might be some story that comes to the surface. We might find ourselves suddenly arguing with our dad or our boss, or talking about in our heads how our parents didn't love us, or something like that. So when we bring our attention to it, there are a number of things that might change. And our job is to notice if anything's different. And if we notice that anything has changed, that's actually progress. So this information has really changed my life, and it might change other people's lives. And so if you think it's useful, if you think it's interesting, please like it or share it or comment, because that'll help other people find it on the web. So I look forward to when we talk next time.